What's happening? Welcome everybody, Amp Capo Black Adonis Games. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use your old metahumans inside of the new metahuman creator system in Unreal Engine 5.6, as well as get you started on a little bit of working with wardrobe items. So before I start, I'd like to thank everyone that's been liking and subscribing to the channel. We're over 2,200 now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive in. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do is obviously go and open our bridge. So let's start off by opening the bridge. We're going to go ahead and back out of this and we will go to Quixel Bridge. All right. And with Quixel Bridge open, I'm going to show you a couple of things. First, we have my metahumans. Now, once you have your metahuman updated, which is what you're going to need to do first, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate with a metahuman that I already have. We will use this one here. And as I click here, you're going to see that the metahuman needs to be downloaded. We're going to want to use the cinematic so that we get all of the options once we move the character over. So let's start off by just making sure that the character is updated for the new system. So we're going to download here, and this is going to take quite a while. We are downloading the cinematic version. I'm going to go ahead and let this wrap up and then I'll be right back. Now, once that you have your character downloaded, you should see add. Once you click add, you should see a new migration menu here, and it says which action to perform for metahuman Anya, and then you're going to be able to import, migrate, or import and migrate. If you want to use the character in the new metahuman creator, you're going to want to just do migrate alone or import and migrate. Import and migrate will import a copy of the character as it was in the old school version, and then it will allow you to also have a version that you can edit. So let's go ahead and we're just going to do the migrate. We're not going to do the import and migrate. We're just going to do migrate. And this could take anywhere from a short amount of time to a long amount of time depending on your system. But it looks like it's already done. Therefore, we should be able to close our metahuman creator here, go back into our project and go to our metahumans folder. And in the metahumans folder, now you will see Anya. We can open this and you should see the character, and there it is. You can see the different head shape that's on the character. Now, if we want to see the skin, and this will be the new skin, we will switch to skin here, and look how much more realistic the skin is compared to the old version. I don't see the hair here, but that is something that we could add. There it goes. It just popped in. It just took a little time. So there's the hair. So everything is on the character. And now we should be able to actually go into the editor. Like, we should be able to go into blend and we can change blend shapes. We should be able to change hairstyle. So let's go ahead and try that first. That'll be an easy detection here. So we will go ahead and switch to the afro, and you're going to see that it's going to take a little second and the hair should pop up on this character's head. That'll take care of that. That's pretty much how you do it. So there you go, and you can see the new character. I also did it with my main character that I use in all of my games, Kipaki. I'll open that one just so you could see the difference on how realistic the character looks and compared to how it used to look. So I love it. The character looks a lot more, she looks how I want her to look, man. Like, the skin looks really nice. I don't have any of the fuzz on the face. Go here, and we should have the ability to add that here. So we got the peach fuzz, which is there, and there we go. Now I see the peach fuzz on the face. All right, and that looks really good, man. That looks really good. The skin looks amazing, a lot more like I want the characters to look. Now the next thing we're going to get into is the custom wardrobe. I've already done some here, so I'll show you guys that. We're going to go ahead and save all this. Now, if I go to my meta human creator, I do have a spot that says clothing. I'm going to show you a character that I've already added some armor to here, and it looks pretty good. And you can see here down at the bottom that I have my own custom clothing and items here. Like, I can take this and say remove, and then we will just have the skin that's underneath the armor skin. And then I can go ahead and put that armor back on, and you'll see that we have the armor on the skin now. And how I did this, I'm going to go ahead and show you, and we can just take another piece of wardrobe. So let me find, I can take something from the meta wardrobe maybe, or we got the meta clothing here. So let's go look for a piece and see. We got tall, normal. All right, so we do have this whole set here. This is like an entire outfit. So we'll try to make one out of this. Well, we're gonna make one out of this. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do, I'm gonna just open this. And you wanna make sure that the parts that you're using are compatible with the skeleton, the metahuman skeleton. UE5 skeleton items will work, but metahuman will work even better. So we've got this outfit here, and we are going to put that on our metahuman kapaki. All right, so that's what I'm going to want to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go to our folder. I made one called Metahuman Creator. And this is where I can make my clothing assets at. So I'm gonna go ahead and just right click. We're gonna go to MetaHuman, and then we're gonna go to Advanced, and then we're gonna go to MetaHuman Wardrobe Item. And then here I'm gonna put WI for wardrobe item, and then we will call it Ranger outfit. So we got our Ranger outfit. Now we're gonna go ahead and open this. And here is where you will set up your assets and the type. You could set this up as a metahuman outfit pipeline. We can grab our mesh now, which will be our skeletal tall normal. I'm just gonna go ahead and locate it like this. And you can drag it in, or we could just drop it in like this. You can also provide a thumbnail, a custom thumbnail. So that's real nice. Besides that, you have your override parameters, your runtime parameters. I haven't figured this all the way out yet, but there are parameters you can set up and then change, like the colors and other specs on the outfit. But they do require some other items to be set up first. We're just gonna keep it raw like this. All right, and then I'm gonna save again. Now we're gonna go into our Kapaki Tall 50, and we're gonna go back to our MetaHuman Creator and the clothing folder, and I'm gonna grab my new clothing item, which is here, and I'm just gonna drag it. There we go. So it says skeletal clothing. So it did go there because I do have it under clothing. We should now be able to double click on this, and it should pop onto the character. Don't see it popping on. I can try this. Since it is under skeletal mesh, we can go back to the Ranger outfit and change this to MetaHuman skeletal mesh pipeline. And then let's save that and go back to the MetaHuman character. There we go. Now it's good. So now you can see that the outfit did pop up. Literally, I just had to really double click on it again after I changed it to skeletal mesh. You can see that it fits on the character pretty much perfect. We can go in for a closer look. And this looks really good, really well set up, really nice metahuman clothing here. And that's what I mean. You want to make sure that you get something that is metahuman compatible, and then it'll pretty much snap in good. If the clothing does not stretch to fit your character, then you can always go in and manipulate your character's body and fix those issues. Now you see I don't have any settings here for the coloring of the character's cloth. I will get into that next time. I'm just gonna do a little more studying and see how to get there. But that's pretty much it. That's how you set up the clothing if you have metahuman compatible clothing. Now we could go here, we could do download our textures. Like I could go here and download 4K textures, and we can go ahead and try to put this character together. I'm gonna let it do its thing and come back when it's done. All right, so now that all of that is complete, you can see that we have our metahuman here, and she's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and go to head. We're gonna change the hair. We go down to the hair, and then we'll go to some of these presets, and let me see what I could find here. We could also import one of the new hairstyles. Let's go ahead and do that. That way I can show you how to do that as well. We're gonna go ahead and import one of the new hairstyles and use it on the character. Now for this, we're gonna go to Fab. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the Fab Marketplace. We're gonna go to Metahumans, and we're gonna go down, and I'm just gonna go to one that's saved in my library here, and then we have download. So we can download this package here, and it is the Hair M Bantu Knots. And we're gonna go ahead and download that. Now that it's downloaded, we can open the download location. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to close Fab now. We don't need it anymore. And we're just gonna open up here, and we could put this in the MetaHumans, or we could put it in our MetaHuman Creator folder. I'm going to put it in my MetaHuman Creator folder. I'm just going to make a new folder called Hair, and we're going to open this folder, and then we're going to go back to our download location, and we are just going to drag this hair in and let it load into our project. Now, once the asset is imported, you will see it show up here in your imported assets, and we should be able to go down and you should be able to see your hairstyle here. The next thing we're going to want to do is open up our character again here, and let's see if we can just drag our hairstyle in as we did in the other locations. So it looks like it popped in. So there it is. So now we should be able to double click on this and just wait for the groom to be prepared and ready. And this is going to take a little while. So I am going to go ahead and pause, and then I'll come right back as soon as it's done. All right. And it did pop up here. Now, when you do apply hairstyles, you may have to click the word where when you have it highlighted. Sometimes when you first add it and you double click it, it doesn't work. But here you go. You have the hairstyle here. So we do have that. Now we can go in and actually color the hairstyle the way we want here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go in and I am going to go to the hairstyle here. We're going to use the ombre here. And here's our ombre. That's the dye color. Here's our ombre color. And you can put the amount of melanin that you want. All right, we got our lightness and darkness there. And it says use highlights. So then we could put our highlight color here. We'll make our highlights green. Okay, so now if we zoom into the hair and let's go ahead and zoom up, you'll see that our little knots are different colors and it looks really good. This is the way that you would do that. And once you select your colors, they should pop in. And as you can see here, just like there, the dye color, we changed it to a darker or blue color. So you could change that to whatever colors you want and to get some unique colors for your character. Now that you have everything done, you just want to make sure, as usual, to download your texture source. Then you should be able to create your full rig. We're going to go ahead and create our rig. And this will take a moment, so I'll be right back again. So now that we got everything the way we want it, we have the clothing on. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to switch this from Cinema Complete to UE Optimized so that I can use it inside of the project. I'm not going to be using this for cinematics at this moment. And we'll just leave it at the MetaHumans directory. And I changed my name from Kapaki Tall to Kapaki Tall 56. And we are going to go ahead and we are going to assemble this. This is going to take just a moment, so I'll be right back. All right, now that this shows it's complete, we're going to go to our MetaHuman folder and look for Kapaki Tall 56. And we should have a character in here now, fully clothed. So let's go in, take a look, and there we are. Our character fully clothed with the hairstyle that we selected as well. This is using 2K. The skin doesn't look good because I think my shaders are just acting funny right now. They do that sometimes. I'm sure if I packaged it and built this, that it would look pretty good. But anyway, that's that. I'm going to go ahead and now try to put this into the project. So I'm going to go and we're just going to go to the blueprints folder. And in the blueprints folder, I'm going to go to my retargeted characters, and then I'm just going to copy one of my other characters that I've already done. Either one of these will work fine. I'm just going to do the new one since it is built from a new MetaHuman character. I didn't even get to show you guys that character, but we'll go ahead and go in with this one. And we are just going to duplicate the character. And now I'm going to call this one Kipaki. All right, and then we're going to open this character up. And the nice thing about this is that we should be able to just copy from our MetaHuman character. So what I'm going to do is split this screen really quick. We are going to just copy over the items, and you're going to see that the clothing itself is a skeletal mesh and the body is the body here, and then you've got your face and your other items. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy over everything from one to the other. The one thing we want to do is make sure our tag we copy over. So I'm going to put tag here, and I'm going to copy this tag, make sure we get the whole thing. I'm going to copy this tag, and we are going to actually put this tag on our MetaHuman's body before we move over, because we're going to need the tag to be on this character anyway. So Let's type tag over here, and then we're just gonna paste that tag, compile and save this. Now we should be able to copy all of our parts, and we're just gonna paste them here. So we're gonna delete all the parts from here, copy, paste. Now what we're gonna wanna do is make sure that the body is attached to the mesh, and everything else is gonna follow the body. Go to our viewport, compile this. Now we just wanna put we got an error, but I'm not worried about it. We're just gonna take our body parts here, and let's go and find out what our error is. It's probably just from the other blueprint, and it's from the target here. And we're gonna fix that right now. This is basically the leader pose component from the other character. Just gonna grab and set our leader pose component. So we're gonna have our body is going to be the new leader, and that's going to be for the skeletal mesh, which is, if you look in the viewport, it was the body part. Can't see it now because the blueprint is broken. So let's go ahead and grab that skeletal mesh. We're just going to bring it out here. We're going to attach that there, and then we're going to compile this, and it should come back and then fix that error. Now what we want to do is go to the body, and we're just going to reset the settings so that everything is in the right place. Next thing we want to do is on the body, we are going to put the generic retargeter, and we already copied the tag for the generic retargeter, so the body should just snap and you should see everything animate. And now we can go to our actual level, and we're going to put our Kapaki character in, which is sandbox character Kapaki. We're going to save all this. I'm going to go ahead, let's stretch the screen out a little bit here so we can actually see, and let's go ahead and press play. And there you go. Your characters not only built in Unreal Engine, assembled, and put into Game Animation Project. And yes, you can see that my textures are flipping out right now. If I would build this, this would look amazing. But right now, doesn't matter. We know what it is. And the character is in game, and it is working fine. So there you have it, man. That's completely building. I showed you how to use the wardrobe, and we learned how to import the hair and use the hair as well. If you have any other questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and share the content. I'll be back with another one. Amp Capo, Black Adonis Games.